Kyiv is under attack once again. Russia's ground offensive in March ended in a humiliating retreat. But 8 months later, Russia is back, pummeling the city from the sky with a new and deadly weapon. This is the impact of the Shahed-136 drone. They are low-flying, single-use bombs capable of being directed in mid-flight to explode into targets. An eye investigation has revealed these so-called kamikaze or suicide drones have a disturbing connection to the West. But how do they work, and why are Russia using them in Ukraine? The Shahed-136 is what experts call loitering ordnance. They're drones that can be launched into the skies in groups or swarms in the direction of a target, overwhelming air defences by sheer force of numbers. They are then guided into their final destination, exploding on impact. That's where the kamikaze nickname comes from. Their trademark high-pitched noise has also earned them another name, the flying lawnmower of death. They're a far cry from the American-made high-tech machines that prowled the skies over Afghanistan and Pakistan in recent years. But despite their simple construction, they can be devastating to Ukraine. The Kremlin is thought by Western intelligence to have urgently sourced up to 1,000 of the 200-kilogram unmanned aircraft from Iran. Moscow realised it was lacking a key ability to strike accurately behind Ukrainian lines without using expensive and increasingly scarce munitions such as cruise missiles. Tehran, having already supplied the drones to its allies, the Houthis in Yemen, is believed to have obliged, despite its claims to the contrary in recent days. An eye investigation has uncovered that these killing machines are built using many parts manufactured in the West. You can read that investigation on the link at the top of the screen. The piece by Dean Kirby and Cathal Milmo details how these innocuous parts made in Britain and the US and used in these drones are being uncovered in the rubble of many Ukrainian cities. Cathal explains how this is happening.
What is happening, unfortunately, is that regimes like Iran and increasingly Russia itself, who need these components, are going out there and sourcing them either directly on the open market, because that's where you can pick these things up, or where there is the possibility that they are being watched or that this particular component has what's referred to as dual use, which means it could be used both in a military and a civilian manner. The Iranians and the North Koreans and these sort of, beyond the pale regimes have become very adept in the last decade or so at using front companies and middlemen to get hold of the kit they need without necessarily alerting the watching Western intelligence agencies that this is what's going on.
For Russia, the war in Ukraine has not gone to plan. But the Shahed-136 drone gives it the ability to continue to strike Ukrainian cities and keep up the pressure on Kyiv. But it also gives us another clue about the Russian war effort and the impact of sanctions on it. Cathal tells us more.
And the jury's, genuinely quite out at the minute of how much damage is being done to the Russian economy by these measures. But I think we have to remember, a lot of people said at the time that it wasn't going to be instantaneous. This is sort of death by 1,000 cuts scenario for Russia, and it's only quite slowly that they will begin to hamper Putin's ability to wage war. Are we already seeing that? Is the fact that they have had to go to Iran to buy particular types of munitions evidence that they're not able to, quite apart from anything, make them themselves? It may well be that they are finding themselves restricted in what they can do.